What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another awesome, exciting episode of Hyper Vibe. We've got a jam-packed show for you today. Got my man Darnell here. Crazy topics going on. Don't know how we're going to fit it all in, but we're going to try and do 10-minute segments. It's going to be a miracle, but lots going on in the world. But first, man, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Just lounging, taking it easy.
Now you're making me jelly over here. But what do you mean lounging? Lounging doing what?
Being lazy, bro. It ain't even doing anything, man. Been working on some other projects and stuff like that, man. Keep myself, mentally busy. Not necessarily I'm like, just, grinding in a 9 to 5 or anything like that, because I'm not doing it anymore. Nope, not happening.
Guys, just so you know, and I'm not gonna reveal anything because Donald's got this fat project he's working on. It's like anime. I'm so super excited. I'm happy for him. I'm speechless. And I'm not just saying this, it might sound biased because yes, we're friends, but I'm a very critical person when it comes to shit that's good and shit that's not. I used to draw, I used to write, I used to want to be in comics. Trust me, I get it. The stuff's fire. That's all I'll say. It's fire. It's fire. And I can't wait till it actually comes to, so you guys can see it and share it and feel it and watch it, and just amazing stuff that's going on. So fire, dope stuff. So I'm happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So good. I'm glad you're doing your thing, bro. I'm happy for you.
I haven't been like, buying too many comics. I'm just, kind of like the comic book hunt is died down for me and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I did pick up some things in a while, because if I see something at a good price, like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't been actively in the hunt. And I think we were talking about earlier that, you were concerned that I may be getting out of the game or putting my sword away or anything like that. I don't think that's it. I just think that the collecting comic books, isn't as high as a priority as it used to be. And like I was saying before, that, I was, had all the comic books spread out and going through my spreadsheets and my go collect list and making sure whatever. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing all this for? Right. Maybe I should just sell all this stuff, right? Maybe just sell it and, get some more real estate back in the house, and also in the storage and stuff like that, and do something else. And I think what it really is that, I'm a bit reclusive at times. So I haven't been as involved in the community like I was in the past, right? Remember that I know this guy, I know that guy. Then there's always talking and chattering and text messages and, ooh, I got this, ooh, I got that. Ooh, you selling this? Do you have one of those and stuff? That it's not like that anymore, right? I want to say a guy had reached out to me. What the hell is his name? It's of no consequence. But anyway, somebody reached out to me. It's no consequence that I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But anyway, but you met him, that Mexican kid.
Got it.
Right. So, I very rarely talk to this guy, and out of the blue, about 11 o'clock at night, while I'm binging on some Netflix shit, he hits me up saying, hey, man, I'm buying some books, man. Can you go in the GPA and look at some prices and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, long time no talk to. So, I hooked him up. I went in there and, found, got the price list for him and sent it to him. But I think, that I don't have, that drive to, for the next book and stuff like that, because a circle of people, what I'm saying, that I was kind of interacting with, I just don't do it anymore. I haven't talked to Damien in eons. I think I probably ain't talked to Damien since probably around Thanksgiving or something like that. And it was like, hey man, happy Thanksgiving, that type of thing. Didn't have anything to do with comic books. So
right.
So I think that's it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Time really talking about comic books is when I'm sitting here talking with you.
Yeah. I guess I can relate, I'm looking for certain things. I don't really hunt for them anymore. My collection is my collection, as you know. It's not filled with the greatest comics, filled with things that I like.
All that shiny shit.
Not even that much shiny shit anymore. It's just there's not much out there that I really want. And the stuff that I want is super pricey. And my mind goes back and forth, why am I spending that on a book? Only to have it in my possession. Great, it's mine. I can look at it, I can feel, I can touch it, I can admire it, only for it to like drop in value like 2 years later. Like the market to me seems really weird. Like comics to me seem like they're on the verge of cryptocurrency. And I've dabbled in cryptocurrency. I don't like it. I don't understand the concept of it. I could see if cryptocurrency was being accepted in every single store that you go
It's a
to.
scam.
Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense to me. Like, what is the value of this?
It's a scam.
So there you go. You got Darnell's opinion. It's very adamant about it.
I mean, you know, I am not a financial guru. I'm not a crypto guru and stuff like that. So anybody who comes in the comments and say you don't know shit, well, maybe I don't. But what I do know is that, you know, you're trying to make something tangible that's intangible.
Correct.
Gold I can hold.
Yep.
Right.
Greenbacks you can hold.
Yeah, you know, I mean, stock is equated to said company that's buying and selling of goods or services or something like that, right? So,
correct.
All right, you know, but when it comes to crypto, oh yeah, man, you know, my 100 GPUs, you know what I'm saying, spun fast enough to get a digit that somebody says, well, it costed this much. Come again, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you're buying lines of code. For
yeah,
what?
so you know, so for old people, right? Maybe it just doesn't seem like much of a thing as it does to somebody young, right? So, and then two, it's like, you know, for the most part, man, you know, it's unregulated, you know, to a certain degree. It's like the Wild West, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can come up with a meme coin or some shit like that and try to sell it and then rip people off. Yeah, there are mechanisms for fraud and Ponzi schemes and stuff like that, man. But bro, you and I could come up with the hyper vibe, you know, meme coin and stuff like that and convince people and take them to the cleaners. Right? Nah, man, I ain't doing no shit like that. You know, like the Hawk 2 girl and shit. She got in all kinds of trouble for doing crap like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You know, so do I have some crypto? I mean, I got a Coinbase account, and you know, my dad gave me some coins and stuff like that. Like he gave me some shit, right? But for the most part, man, you know, some people, man, be living on that damn app, you know, buying and selling the damn Shiba and all kinds of bullshit like that. Man, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is that you have a sector of people that have convinced themselves, like, hey, man, this has value, and the value goes up and down just like everything else based on supply, demand, and all kinds of crap like that. You know, so continue as you were saying.
I was about to transition on a lighter note, but that's bullshit. So on an even worse note, where's my stuff? Donald's always come up with some good stuff, but here we go. So basically, this is what's going on. One of our topics. Raremarq has teamed up with CGC to offer selling platform for your collectibles. Yay! Problem solved. Here's my take on this. I know Darnell's I know where he's probably gonna go, but I'll tell you why I like it. It's not for what you think. I sell stuff on eBay. I sell stuff on multiple platforms. I'm sick of the fucking fees. The fees are out of control. The fees and the cut that they get and the percentage is ridiculous. You sell $100 book and they now charge you for advertising or promote, like to bring people to your book because you're not the one selling that same book. So you got to stand out. When you're done, you're left with like $40 on a $100 book. So to me, it's nonsense. If there is a platform out there, and I'm going to check out Raremarq, I don't know much about them, but if they're going to streamline this, make it easy, and the fees are reasonable, and these are collectors that are grading their books at CGC and then teaming up with Raremarq to sell them, hey, listen, one-stop shop, get it done, get the book graded, flip it over, make your money. I do have some stuff in my pile that I did get graded that I bought from you in 2017 that came back. But it's a place to me where I think it might be a good thing as well as could be a bad thing. I'll let Darnell share his thoughts on the vice versa effect of what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I for because I think CGC actually sent that email, right? It wasn't.
Mhm.
I don't. I've never heard of Raremark. I've never been
Neither have
involved,
I.
right? I know, what Comic Collect and some of those other ones and something like that, right?
Heritage,
Heritage, shit like that.
Comic Inc.
So that email came from CGC, right? As advertising their said partnership. I always cringe when I see stuff like that, right? Because as we talked about before we started doing the show, was that CGC is supposed to be an impartial person in this whole thing, right? You send your comic book or your coin or your money or whatever they're grading or something like that. But we was talking about comic books, right? And they supposed to, take an unbiased approach, grade the condition of said collectible, and then send it back to you, right? And
Mhm.
then the market itself, we as the market kind of dictate exactly the rareness of the book and the desirability of said book and stuff like that. Then we start going back and forth as far as price.
Correct.
When the impartial person gets involved with the buying and selling of things they're supposed to be impartial on, I start to cringe because that opens the door up to misunderstandings or
Shenanigans.
shenanigans, straight up buffoonery. You see what I'm saying? It just opens the door, right?
True.
So, it's like Kelly Blue Book selling cars. It's like, what?
Mm.
Hold on a second. You are the one that's kind of setting the market value for the cars and you're selling them.
Somebody see something wrong with this?
There's something wrong with that, right? So now you have CGC and Raremark in a relationship. It doesn't have to be them. It could be any big time client of CGC. We're not big time client. We're just, you know,
We're humble beginnings.
You're not even humble beginners. It's like, yeah, man, onesie twosies. Maybe you'll do 50. And so, but you have maybe some organizations or some companies that are doing thousands of books with these guys on a monthly basis, right? It behooves you to make that relationship cool. And at the same time, on high value blue chip books, CGC is getting a percentage of quote unquote the market value of said thing that they're supposed to be impartial on.
Right.
Right? Because remember when I had the problem with CGC, ready
I
some books in
remember.
Baltimore, they charged me like $400 on the book. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, you overpriced this book, man. This is not that price, and we're going back and forth, right? You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting my
Yeah, I
money
remember you
back.
had to prove. Yeah, I remember you had to prove to them, like send screenshots of like, look, the last 3 or 40 sold for like $10,000, not $40,000.
Yeah, exactly, man. You said the damn books at 40 grand and shit. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hell yeah, I pay $400, but come to realize, like, no, that's not the case. You guys made a mistake. So that's how you know that there's shenanigans and buffoonery, right? Because they're grading things and they can hook you up because you're big time. It's like, yeah, Errol does tens of thousands of books with us a year and stuff like that. Man, go ahead and give him that bump. You know what I'm saying? Because at face value, the damn book looks about like, at a 5. Give him a 5.5. And he gets something out of it because he gets something out of it because
It's like 10 grand.
I don't know. I'm just talking, a high
Right.
value book with a grade, right? And then so you get something out of it, you know what I'm saying? And then they get a percentage of what the book market goes for in the fee, the percentage fee. Any book over $1,000, they get X amount of dollars, whatever. Whoop-de-whoop. So now you're telling me that they're getting involved with guys that actually do that on a daily basis, man. So it's just hard to digest, right? And since CBCS is no longer around and stuff like that, they're basically the only fish in the fishbowl that anybody can see and look at. So scrutiny of their business practices and stuff like that will be looked at much, much harder.
Yeah, I really didn't think about it that way. That's actually a good way to look at it because I see the impartiality factor on what you're saying. Like, how can you really be 100% impartial when you have a platform that allows said exchange of sales, right? So,
or you're creating partnerships.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, a straight up partnership. It's not like, hey, check these guys out that are selling books.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You guys got into some black and white inked agreement of how you guys are going to operate and make money. You know, and it's probably like, you know, there's everything that they're telling you, right? That's in their little advertisement, but there's probably some shit that they're not telling you, right?
Right.
The back room talk.
So let me get this straight.
You know, I mean, the conversation when everybody left their cell phones in the lobby. You know, that
Please
conversation.
put the cell phones in the basket.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and that's really how the world seems to work right now, right?
Right.
That, you know, these guys got these handshake deals and stuff like that, man, going on, you know, behind the curtain and stuff like that. But you don't know you really don't know what is going on until something bad happens, right?
Right. It seems hard to trust. I mean, you know, whenever you got these grading companies, I get it. The whole impartiality factor has to remain intact because, yeah, like you said, it's almost like Kelly Blue Book. You're looking at it. You're saying this is what it should be from our standards and points. That's what you get back, and then now you hold on to that, and then you can negotiate whatever with said buyer depending on rarity, classifications, whatever you're looking for, popularity, so on and so forth. When that goes out the drain, what do you have? You know, so it becomes shady.
Because CGC doesn't give value to a book; they give condition to
Condition, right?
You know, let's get those words straight, right?
Yeah.
So you can call them up and like, hey man, you know, this book should be an 8.0 because the 8.0 goes for this. You gave me a 7.0, and you know I'm losing money, blah blah blah. And they'll tell you like, man, we don't have any stake in, you know, the cost and price of a book, and like we have no hand in that. Well, some of how you're acting says otherwise. Some of the things that have come to light, you know what I'm saying, you know, says, yeah, maybe that's not the case. So I know as a business and stuff, you have to create, you know, relationships and partnerships and stuff like that to ensure that your revenue stream keeps moving, that, you know, all your eggs are not in one basket. But the thing is that they, to me, put themselves in a bind, you know, by preaching all this impartiality, and then, you know, under certain conditions, it can be seen as they're doing just the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That, you know, there's something a little bit more going on here, especially when some of their higher value clients and stuff like that seem to be getting these wild ass grades that nobody else seems to get, not the common person. You know what I'm saying? The 9.9 giant size X-Men #1. Seriously, for real though, 9.9.
How about 1 or 2 summers ago where it was a whole bunch of Wolverine #1s were like 9.9s, 10s.
Right. You know, out of nowhere, like, you know, like the magic box out of the basement just, you know, came out. Right. Because I have a 9.9, you know, I have a 9.9 New Mutants #1, right?
Yeah, you showed me.
Right. I look at, man, not sure. I'm questionable, right? Of the perfection condition of said book, right? Because I can hold up, because I have 9.8s. I have, like, for New Mutants #1, I have, I think, the 3 different, not variants, but the
covers.
Yeah, not covers.
First print, second print.
No. I'm talking about their #1, but there's a Canadian price variant.
Oh.
There's the direct, and there's the newsstand. So I have all 3 of them in 9.8. But the direct one, you know, is a 9.9, right? But I laid them out because they're all the same book. I'm like, man, come on, bro, 9.9. Are you serious? I mean, it's my book, but I'm saying I am, you know, I see things for what they really are and not for what I want them to be. I never try to trick myself into thinking something with it. You know what I'm saying? Like people try like you know, oh, this is a 9.9, bro. You see the spine tick there. Come on, bro. Be honest with yourself. Because the worst lie you can tell is the one that you tell to yourself. Just look at things. Just look at it for what it really is, man, and stop being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know it's not a 9.8, but you're trying to lie to yourself and wish it to be something that it's not.
My man said, "Stop being a bitch."
Stop that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See, just be, be realistic. Be realistic.
So listen, I got a 9.6 on this. The big difference in a 9.8.
What's the book I
And
gave you?
no. The greater note says crunch bottom right corner. Right. Now, here's the camera. Right. You tell me if you see any crunch.
I mean, I can't see it. I mean, you don't have an 8K camera, so I don't see.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some whiteness going on there.
That's just the cover. That's just how it is.
On the edge. Okay.
Right. Right. So, and here's the back side of it. There's no crunch. Right. So there's a big difference for this book in a 9.6 and a 9.8 side. So especially with two artists, probably a few $100s. So this is probably like 300 plus, and 9.8 probably looking at $600, $700. So I didn't pay that for that book. I mean, I paid what, $10 for this book or $5, but even with the signatures costing me $100 for both of them. It doesn't matter. It's just there's no crunch. So when you're looking at that, as you just said, the impartiality factor comes down to condition, not the value.
Condition.
Where's the quality control? Because did you look at somebody else's book and just slap that on mine? Because it always says in quality control. Really, who's this book is perfect. And
I mean, the thing is, what I would do, I crack it to the back.
I was thinking of doing that, or just sending this book. Like, can somebody please look at this again? Because I'm trying to figure out what y'all did here.
And it's not going to work.
And here's the factor. Before I sent these books away to get Scott Snyder and Nick Drago to sign it, I took out my entire Absolute Batman collection. And believe me, I've got about 20 something books of these ones, and and I very much, like I said, had I come to Jesus meeting, is this really a 9.8? No, that's not going to make it. No, that's narrowed down to 4 fucking books. 4. I said, these look fucking perfect. Now, once again, were they transporting this book raw and dropped it? I still don't see a crunch, because we don't know how these things get from hands to hands. And if they were to drop it, would they be honest enough to say, hey, man, we fucked up on that? Hey, Mr. Lavadier.
Only in extreme cases they would, right?
Really? So, I've never had that.
Well, no, I mean, it like, hey, if you send a book to them that wasn't torn in half, right?
Okay.
And then the book got torn in half, they would say something, right? Okay. But if the damn mail boy with the little carriage and shit is like taking the books over to the people and stuff like that, you're a bad day. You're a bundle of books, kind of slid off the damn cart and boop hit the floor. No, they're not gonna say shit. They ain't gonna say nothing. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, it's your word against theirs, right?
Right.
I mean, the bottom line is like, man, it's just it'd be kind of hard. Like, they have to either completely destroy the book, right, or they lose it. But if something happens and minor handling, you know what I'm saying, does something to the book and stuff like that, man, they could just write that shit out. That's the condition we got it in. Then you say, no, I didn't. It was a 9.8. No. Are you a professional grader? No. Well, then it wasn't a 9.8. You know what I'm saying? So, you can go back and forth all day. So what I was trying to stop you from is that don't send it back to like, hey, can you take a look at it, man? Just crack it and resend it. Crack it, send it out as a brand new submission, because what they're going to do, they're going to double down. Like, nah, if that's what our graders gave it, that's what it is. There's enough quality control to make sure that that's the grade. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you next round. But if you crack it out and send it like a brand new damn submission and stuff like that, that means that book has to go through the entire process again. Go through maybe different hands or whatever. The dude that worked on your book on Wednesday is not the guy that sees your book now on a Thursday, right? So, and then you'll see if it comes back a 9.6 again. All right, there's consistency there. Now, if it doesn't, comes back at 9.8, then that it's all human beings and stuff looking at this, right? It's human beings and stuff like that. It's like, how you see a 9.8 and how I see a 9.8, are different. or how you see a condition of a book, and I do, right? So, we talked about this in earlier shows and stuff like that, that I think I could probably grade a book down to maybe a 5, right? That I can look at maybe certain Silver Age books or something like that, uh, Silver Age, right? And so, yeah, that I can probably say it's like 5 or a 6, probably 6. I'm probably to a 6. Anything below that, I just do not have the experience of the eyes to be able to understand, all
the intricacies.
no, well, all the things that you can have, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what a 9.8 looks like. Well, that's damn near perfect, right? Then you look at 9.2, right? Oh man, maybe a slight spine tick, whatever, maybe some weathering on the back or whatever, some dirt or whatever. And then you have a 9.8. I mean, a 9.0 and stuff like that. Well, there are a few more spine ticks and stuff like that, but the corners are still pretty much sharp. Then you get down to an A5. Well, more spine stress, corners are kind of rounded. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about ticks in like sharp corners and stuff. So then you start to get down even lower and lower in that threshold. Once, like I said, once I get to like about a 6 or whatever, and I'm like, anything below that, especially we're talking about, $500 or $1,000 books and stuff like that. Woo, nope, can't do it. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like you see these pre-code hard books and stuff like that, 3.0, like $5,000. What? 3.0. Right? So what ends up happening is that when I'm talking about spending $3,000 on something that's barely still holding together with one staple, right? Oh hell no! I need to know exactly what the hell I'm looking at and stuff like that, because you don't know who's getting robbed. Am I getting robbed, or is that person getting robbed? Right? I don't know what I'm looking at to make a
conscious decision.
A good decision, because I don't know what I'm looking at, right? And that's what CGC is supposed to do. It's supposed to help you out, right? So crack it.
Well,
crack it, send it back.
Nice. I'll think about it. I'll probably just keep it and call it there or flip it. Speaking of conditions and online sales, I must say, and please check out our previous shows on this subject. Stop thief. Darnell sent me a text the other day. It was in the morning, so I'm up early, so he knows that's the best I'm getting.
You might have to do a screenshot and kind of put it in there so people can get context.
Okay, I'll do that. But yeah, so if you watch some of our earlier shows, we talked about this guy. I'm not even going to say his name just because I can't, just for legal purposes. But there's a gentleman that we used to deal with, and you said these online auctions. And on Facebook. And let me tell you something, they seemed really legitimate back in the day. Like they seemed like the guy was just like an all right dude. It seemed like an all right dude. Darnell introduced me to him. Seemed like a pretty cool dude. This guy's fucked up. That's all I'm gonna say. Fucked up, right? You want to read the text that you got to our audience so they know, like, give them a little history on this? You can tell them how you first met him and how this started.
Oh, the guy that texted me?
No. Tell them the story on how you first met the Z word, that guy, and then give him history on about
Mr. Z.
Mr. Z. Yeah, well, his name is Mr. Z. We'll call him Mr. Z.
So back when we all been kind of like collectors, right? Either you were sitting at the 7-Eleven on the floor, reading comic books and kind of got them stuffed under your bed or something like that, or you was able to make an honest living and have disposable income to buy big boy toys and things of that nature, right? So I'm going to say in around about maybe 2016, 2017, I woke up with an epiphany to start collecting comics again, and I didn't have a clue about comic books or where the industry moved or anything, like not a clue, right? So there was a learning curve, right? So, but on Facebook, around that time, Facebook sellers was the thing, right? People on Facebook doing these live selling events and stuff like that, selling comic books. There's still a handful of people that still do it, but I think I saw it like, at its peak,
Right.
around 2016, 2017 or whatever and stuff like that. Because what ended up happening is that, Facebook cracked down on people making money live or whatever and stuff like that,
Mm.
and then, people moved to, Instagram and things of that nature. And then whatnot came along, and you know what I'm saying? So it's not, it's not, doesn't have the presence to me as it did before. But I met this guy, and because like he said, he seemed legit, and I had dealt with him, on a few occasions on some different deals that I actually bought some things from him, inside of his auctions, and he sent stuff to me. And then he would saying that he would take consignments and things of that nature, and I consigned some books to him and stuff like that. The results were, I don't even have a word to use, but the results were in whatever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and Eric could probably talk more about his take on what was going on, right?
Oh yeah, I'll talk about it when you're done.
But I had dealt with him. I had a bunch of, like, books that I just wanted to get rid of, and the books that I ended up selling with him were books that I just wanted gone. Right? You have things in your house you want gone, right? Like whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's worth $10. If I can get 5 or 4 for it, I just want it gone, right? So I had like these books I just want gone, right? So I sent it to him, and he auctioned the stuff off, and then it was time to get the money, and it was kind of slow to come back, but he eventually got it to me and stuff like that. So like, for the most part, I guess it was handled in hindsight when you look back or dissect the situation. Like, and just, what I think is that whatever he gave me, what I'm saying, as what everything went for, plus his little commission and stuff like that, was more than likely incorrect. You know what I'm saying? Just say that he sent me $2,500, just talking, that, it should have been more like 3,200. You know what I'm saying? That, he had some funny math going on in there somewhere. He was doing something in which, he gave you the bare minimum to keep you from throwing a fit or trying to question his integrity.
Mm-hmm.
So I introduced him. So when Arrow was looking at, trying to unload some stuff, like, hey man, unless you want to do it yourself and stuff like that, man, this guy's done it for me in the past, man, he may be able to help you out. And that's how kind of Arrow was introduced to him. But over time, what I'm saying, come to realize that, this guy was an extremely bad actor, that kind of, like, I think he is one of the reasons that a lot of those
Online
Facebook sellers,
auctions.
those
Mm-hmm.
Facebook sellers no longer sell, because he just made the space so untrustworthy that they just could not operate. And and some of the guys that do still operate there, they have their own, you know, built-in clientele, right? They're not getting any kind of new people. New people are going to come into it and stuff like that. I mean, probably get some new people that haven't heard the horror stories, or whatever. But the bottom line is, like, it was tainted so much that, that it's just hard to be a seller like that, like he was on the Facebook platform, right? To the point where you have like guys like Elite Comics, Comics Elite or whatever, 11, you
Yeah.
know, those guys, put a caveat inside of their whole middleman thing, is like, hey man, they'll cover you if something goes sideways, right? They kind of
Right.
put that,
Because they
for,
do a lot of consignment.
right, because they do a lot of consignment. And then, if they're running the auction, right, they take the business, they feel kind of responsible if a transaction goes bad, and they do what they can to make that right. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
they're
saying?
one of the few companies I feel like I can do business with if I'm going that angle to get a book.
Right. So, I mean, I bought a book from, I can't remember his name, but, the white guy, heavyset guy,
Mm-hmm.
I bought a book from him because he was like buying a house. So he's auctioning off some of his stuff to buy a house or whatever. and he was having an auction for his stuff, and I'll help you out. So I bought an X-Men 50, I think it was the first, that green cover Polaris, right,
Mhm.
on the cover, that was signed by the artist.
Okay.
And he basically said, "Hey man, this book's at 8.85, this, that, and the third, whoop de whoop." Well, the book came back at 7.5.
Mm.
Right. So I reached out to him and said, "Hey man, I bought this book from you. Damn book didn't come back, 8.5, like you said, came back at 7.5." Or I mean, the bottom line, he said it was 8.5. Let me, bottom line, maybe not a 7, but it came back lower than an 8.5. That's it. So I reached out to him and like, "Hey man, this is the business, man. How can we make this right? Because you guys are supposed to stand behind your product." And he made it right. You know what I'm saying? He bought the book back from me and stuff like that. Whoop de whoop, and it was what it was. So I do appreciate how they get down. But back to Mr. Z. So as time went on and stuff like that, you started to see this pattern with people complaining about this guy, right? And what ended up happening that really kind of like put me on a warpath and kind of soured. Say what?
Was it Kobe?
Yeah, they put me on the warpath and stuff like that, man. It's like, the guy caught me up, wanting the bullshit, right? Yeah, whatever. And because he has this book, "Hey man, I got a Hulk 181, man. I need the money, blah, 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 whatever and stuff, man." And I was in the hunt for one. And he was offering at a pretty decent price. Sent him the bread, guy sends me, like some bullshit book. I mean, for real. I get it in the mail, open it up, man, and it's like, man, some modern age damn BS. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell is going on? I mean, who would even buy this book? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a comment. It was just a filler, just some BS, man. It's like, come on, bro, who would even buy this, right? And oh yeah, man, Kobe, did this, and it was a mix up because I got a lot of books going on. Like, yeah, man, you know what, bro? Send me my shit or send me back my money. And then he sends me another book. Open it up, and it's not even the book I bought. He like sent me an Eternals #1.
Kobe strikes again.
Hulk 181 versus an Eternal #1. Looking at cover for cover, word for word. Like, man, there's no way you can like, mix this up, right? There's no way, bro. You on some bullshit. He goes, "Well, I'm gonna get you your money back, and you can keep the book." I said, "Bro, I don't want to keep shit. I'm sending this shit back. I'll take care of the postage because you ain't gonna turn this shit around." And basically says, "Oh yeah, man, he accepted the book I sent him. Problem solved. No. Here's your shit back. Send me give me back my money." Anywho, so this went back and forth for a while. You know what I'm saying? To the point like, "Hey, bro," and I told you like, "Yo, bro, I'm about to get in the rental. I'm gonna drive to Tennessee, and there gonna be some problems." Right? You know what I'm saying? So when I told him, "Man, we can handle this 2 different ways, or a couple of different ways. Like one, I can come and have a conversation with you man to man, or I can get the police to come to you, right?" You know what I'm saying? I think you probably would rather have the police come talk to you than me, because if I come all the way to Tennessee and I've come to find you and stuff like that, man,
I don't even want to talk to you at that point.
Yeah, we ain't talking, right? Because I'm, something's gonna happen. Good, bad, or indifferent, something's gonna happen. Because you're playing people's money, you're playing with people's time. But anywho, I eventually got my money back. You know what I'm saying? Hell on high water. You know what I'm saying? He eventually sent the money back. But he
piecemealed it to you. Like he was getting like 1,000 today and like 2,000
yeah,
like
man,
a week
like,
later.
"Oh yeah, man, I can send so much money in my Zelle, whoop-de-whoop, whatever, and stuff like that, man." So it's like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Quit playing around. Then come to realize that when you go to the forums complaining about this damn guy, he sold that same book to 4 other people.
Oh, Jesus.
Right?
That I didn't even know.
Yeah. He's like, "Hey man, I bought this Hulk," when he put a picture, and I'm like in there like, "Nah, bro, that is the book I bought from him." Right? That ain't your book, that's my book. You know what I'm saying? Get in line. So, so after that, man, and we talked about that, right? You know what I'm saying? That, or the different things that have happened to me as a collector. Because you would sit back and think like, man, guys collecting Pokemon cards and comic books, they're harmless. They're just nerds, right? There's nothing sinister about these guys.
There's nothing nefarious.
Bro, these guys are the worst, man. Seriously. They are the worst, man. And when you find a bad actor in the collectibles market, bro, it is catastrophic for the simple fact that you go into your hobby or your passion with passion, right? So you're not always thinking, logically and stuff like that. You're thinking, you're thinking like a kid. Book. Yeah, man, you're thinking like, oh man, it's not like when you're buying and selling stock where you're like, you know what I'm saying? You're doing a little bit more research and you're doing some different. When it comes to a hobby and passion, you actually act a little bit differently, right? Because you'll pay a lot of money for something that you want, even though it may not be worth as much as you're paying for it in the open market, but it's something you want. You know what I'm saying? Remember, collect what you want, collect how you want or whatever. If you want to pay $500 for a $30 book, knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? And I've done that. I've actually overpaid for something that I really wanted so I can have it because I couldn't find it anyplace else. So that's what's so insidious about guys acting crazy or doing weird shit in the collectibles game, right? Because they can really play on people's emotions and stuff like that, and actions like that, really kind of tainted, my collecting journey, right? Because a couple of times we thought like, Ryan ain't doing this shit no more, bro.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That.
And then, I ain't buying nothing from nobody unless, hey man, you take a credit card or PayPal goods and services. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Man, it has to be a secure transaction that protects both parties.
Right.
Ain't no trust me shit going on. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. Right. Well, who's going to pay the PayPal fee? I'll pay the fee. If it's $100 and it's a $14 fee that gets tacked on because of a seller, man, I'll recoup you for that. Not a problem. But I am not, going to just send you friends and family money and stuff like that and pray that you ain't having, some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Because 100%. It doesn't matter how great the restaurant is. From time to time, they cook a bad steak.
Mm-hmm.
It does happen. 100. You know what I'm saying? So that actually slowed me down a whole hell of a lot, man. Because I went in there, hey man, I'll trust you till I can't trust you. Oh no, not no more. Not after you got beat for $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000, man. Hell nah. You know what I'm saying? You take a more shrewd approach to it. But yeah, that guy should get what he deserves, you know what I'm saying, for messing around. And man, he may have started out with great intentions and things of that nature, man, but he spiraled out of control some sort of way.
Yeah, he really went on the deep end. But yeah, read that text real quick that you got. So that's the history of Mr. Z. And now Donald got a text 2 days ago.
Yeah, so yeah, a couple of days ago, a guy, texted me because, I guess, there's actually a community on Facebook built a group against this damn guy. Hold on a second. Let me.
That's when you made it big time, but
you know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, they created a group. Let me see.
Wow.
Oh, man, where is? Oh, let me. Here it is. It's a Facebook group documenting transaction with Mr. M and another guy. Oh no, they got his full name, like he's a serial killer, like John Wayne Gacy. You know what I'm saying? You know when a serial killer kills somebody, they always refer to them by their full name, right? Nice. So they got his full name: debts, thefts, and scams. You know what I'm saying? So they actually got a Facebook group. And you can join the group. You can.
Nice. Answer these questions. Have you been scammed? Yes, you can join.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can. You can, like, I'm covering up, the guy's name and the whole nine like that. But yeah, they got it like 22 people a part of this group.
22 at $1,000 a piece.
And
That's
there were 5
22.
new posts on there today. I ain't joined the group yet, but you can see, they got 5 posts and stuff like that. And this was created 3 years. It was created 3 years ago.
That's terrible.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what this guy. This is where this guy. So a guy reached out to me because I guess said scam Mr. Z has moved on past comic books to Pokemon cards.
Changes. Got to switch it up.
Yeah, so this guy got for thousands of dollars in Pokemon cards, and the dude, I guess Mr. Z sent the dude a box of random damn random sports cards.
Jesus.
Crazy.
That's terrible.
Insane, man.
The balls on these people, bro.
Insane, bro. It's like it blows it completely blows my mind.
I could never do something like that to someone. I guess what my dad taught me, man, your reputation, your virtues, your morals, that's all you kind of got in life to kind of set you apart from someone else. So for Darnell or anyone to exchange money from me to get something and I give them something back, you're getting what you pay for. Here's the pictures. So from my brain can't think of them. Let me sell Darnell a Giant Size X-Men #1 and throw an Archie comic in there. And not like an old Archie comic that's probably of equal value, like a new one. That was made in like 1995. It doesn't make any sense. That's people.
I mean,
I can't even say I'm shocked because
I'm a Gen X. You know what I'm saying? There's no doubt. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Gen X person. But my thing is, man, my life is always been built on principles, right? And sometimes, man, it's not the money. You know what I'm saying? It's the principle, right? Of how something went down or how you did somebody, right? For me, man, when it comes to money and stuff like that, man, as long as they're printing it some sort of way or they're, putting it in bank, I'll keep making it. I'll find a way to make money. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to like, playing with people and just ripping them off, you know what I'm saying? Because even though I'll keep making money, I'm not saying it's always easy to come by. I'm not saying that at all. But, it's not like, hey man, that's $10. It's the fact of the matter. Like, why would you do that? Right. I mean, just do straight business. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be involved with criminals and things of that nature, man. Hey, man, you buy a comic book from me, bro. Here it is. Or you buy anything from or whatever, man. Yeah, hey, man, here's your money. And me, which a lot of people don't operate on. If I sell you a book and you don't like it, send it back and I give you back your money. No questions asked. None of it. It ain't like, yo, bro, buyer beware and stuff like that. All sales are final or something like that. Well, you don't build relationships like that. You just don't. Right. So I have never sold a book on eBay. Nope. I have never sold a book on I have not sold any comic books on any platform. Now I have sold books, by like, hey, Darnell, by chance you have this book, and if you have the book for sale, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But even then, it's like, yo, bro, goods and services, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't like it, you send it back or whatever and stuff. So for me, I have a handful of people that I always just sell to and make money from, right? I'm not selling to the masses, you know what I'm saying? Even when I go to Baltimore, there are like 3 or 4 people that, after things get graded and I keep what I'm going to keep, man, I sell it to those same people each and every year. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all about creating trust and creating a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like I did with Damien, right? Me and him have that relationship. Yo, bro, if you don't like it, I give you money back. If something's wrong, I'll make it right. But some people don't operate like that.
Right.
Oh, man, you gave me the money, man. It's over. What you mean it's over? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Or I try not to deal with people that are so destitute or desperate that, hey, man, if something does go wrong, will they have the money to give it back to me if something does go wrong? Right?
Yeah, you don't want to sell it to me then.
I mean, it's like, there's a word that people don't use nowadays in vocabulary. It's honor. right?
Nice.
You never hear about honor, you know what I'm saying, in anything anymore, man. It's like the Wild West when it comes to whatever, man. People just say anything, do anything or whatever and stuff like that, you know. It's like, bro, you know, or moral values are kind of warped, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not talking about, hey, bro, you know, there's a disagreement with, with what Republicans do or Democrats do. I'm just talking about just warped moral values. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Man, how can you say that about somebody? How can you do that, right? So it boils down to everything in society to include comic book collecting, right?
Right.
That these same people that have no moral values, have no honor, you know, are involved in dealing with, you know, maybe somebody's passion, right? Because you got really passionate people about things, right? So I know, we're kind of talking about CGC and we're talking about, Remark and all kind of stuff like that, but it all boils into one. And what happens is that you have a society now that's less trusting of anything that happens, anything that, you know.
And you don't want to get to that level.
Well, the thing is like, it's like, innocent until proven guilty, right? That's the thing right now. But now, when it comes to buying and selling things and stuff like that, man, you have to prove that you are innocent when it comes to selling something to somebody, right? So if you go online and stuff like that, bro, you have to have UGC ads of a human, somebody like, yo, bro, this is a great product. I don't know you, you don't know me. I'm telling you that I bought this phone and it works for you. It works for me and you may like it, right? That a third party has to tell you that, hey, man, this is some good stuff. Or, they want to see your damn Yelp reviews and all kinds of stuff like that. Hey, man, how many stars this guy got? You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at now, that we are so skeptical of anything that's being given to us or shown to us that the person that's providing a good or a service has to go overboard to kind of prove that I'm selling something real and I'm not trying to rip you off, right? Or a bait and switch. That's where we are in society now.
It's definitely food for thought. It shouldn't be that way, but that's the world we live in nowadays, And as you just said, you got to have honor and integrity, man. You got to have something about yourself that guides your guiding principles in life. Because if you don't, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here, really? That's how you want to be remembered?
Man, you're just wasting people's time, right?
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's time.
So my motto has always been and stuff like that, bro. I keep my life simple, so I do not have to get complicated on somebody.
You don't want them getting complicated on you. It becomes really complicated.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you know me. How long you know me?
Long enough. Long time.
You know what I'm saying, man, bro? And on the surface, you know what I'm saying? That, when we're in private, I'm not, I'm kind of talkative on here because we have to talk, right? But in person, I'm pretty quiet.
He's a quiet dude. He doesn't have a lot, he keeps himself. He minds his own business. He's a
right,
straight up dude.
Man, I don't bother nobody, and you know what I'm saying? But once you push me over that point, you've seen me. Bro, if you're gonna do this to me and push me over that, bro, we're gonna have problems. And that's what I said about Mr. Z. Like, yo, man, you do not want me to come see you, right? You know what I'm saying? And you can, talk that shit. Oh, I got friends. I got family. Well, I don't care about you. I'm just looking for you. That's it. I'm just looking for you. Now you can talk all that crap that I got all these people. I'm a gangster and all that, bro. It doesn't. I'm just looking for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking for you. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But I never ever, want to get to that point that I felt so wronged that, man. And then the mechanisms that are in place to try to right or wrong, unless you do something a certain way, are damn near impossible. It's just impossible. So somebody rips you off, you know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, you bought something from somebody and you like, hey man, I sent it to your friends and family, right? And you didn't get what you paid for. And you call the cops. What did the cops tell you? Oh, file a report. They're not going to go to to the guy's house and says, "Hey, man, you just ripped somebody off and stuff like that." Man, it turns into some this convoluted kind of paper chase. Oh man, it seems more like a civil matter. Get a lawyer for $500. Seriously, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
bullshit.
Like the mechanism is just so like to get justice, you know, on small amounts of money, right? Or damn near impossible, that you just have to, like, you know, most people just suck it up as a loss, right? And the fool that runs off with your money goes and does it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. Because maybe the amounts of money are just so incremental and stuff like that, man. It doesn't, you know, because the police are just so goddamn busy. You know what I'm saying? That they're you know, they're not gonna like, hey man, we have a transaction here. You know what I'm saying? That you
my tax dollars are paying you. Go figure this the fuck out.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it just makes it difficult, right? Like the one time that the dude sent me that damn perfect forgery of that John Size X-Men #1. Remember that? You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna bring it up, but I kept it quiet.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I'm filing police reports for this county. I'm filing police, man. It's like bullshit. Oh man, you might be a lawyer. I'm like, for real though? Like, but by the time I get finished paying a lawyer or whatever or something like that, you know, or
you're upside down,
or you know, I gotta take the guy to court and stuff like that, and then hopefully, man, like, man, can I get back my travel and, you know, court fees and like, for real though? There's like no mechanism for that. So that's why these petty thieves, you know what I'm saying, continue to get away with what they're doing. Right? I mean, yeah, PayPal, like, yeah, man, he don't, you know, he got too many complaints. We'll just take him off the system. But, you know, Zelle
doesn't solve it. He'll find something else. Yeah. Then
it doesn't do any of that stuff. It doesn't. So I mean, it's just hard. But anywho, as we digress, and I'm on a tangent here.
It's so good. I thought I heard the.
You can edit all that out. That's fine. Look cool.
Keep it all. What are you hot? What are you smoking? You want to go? You want me to go? What's up? How you want to do this? The music's playing. Alcohol time.
Nah, man, I've been doing too much talking. You go.
All right. It's called the speed round. You already seen the 9.6. All right. There you go. Batman, Absolute Batman #1, first print, signed by Zack Snyder.
When'd you get those back?
These are all the ones I sent away in October. So I finally got everything's back. I got nothing left at CGC. This one I'm gonna keep. I bought this from you a while back. I cannot get this book in a freaking 9.8. It's X-Men 137 newsstand, signed by Chris Claremont.
Did you buy that book from me, or I gave it to you?
I don't remember. I think I bought these from you. This is another one I'm keeping. It's 8.5 newsstand.
Oh man, that's one of my favorites. That's the first. That's actually the first cover with Wolverine alone on it, right? Like he was a hero. That's his first cover.
And guys, I'm not showing you close up. I mean, this book is immaculate, man. I'm telling you, like the fact that it's an 8.5 makes no sense. But
why did they give it 8.5? What did they say?
They said spine ticks, but I don't see any. Yeah. So listen, it is what it is. It's nice. It's clean. Back is clean.
Yeah.
There's a whistle.
It's a nice book, bro.
White pages.
Nice
and at an 8.5 sign, it's got some. It's worth something. It's not like $100 book. This I bought from you.
9.0, huh?
9.0. So 133.
Man, I hate how I hate Chris Claremont and the way he signs his books, bro. Man, I hate that he does. Yeah, man, come on,
Don't bother me, dog. It's not a man,
shit up, bro.
Come on,
to the side, man.
Come on, brother. 110.
Huh. Got that one for me too.
Yeah. Newsstand. It's all good.
How much you pay for that shit?
To get them graded?
No.
$20?
No. I mean, how much did I sell it to you in a bundle, or did you bought them?
It was a bundle. With that, you gave me Fear 21. I bought New Mutants #1 from you. Dude, this is when I first met you, bro, when we started collecting again. Here we go. This is the Noir.
You did not get that from me.
No. This is the Noir version.
Oh, that shiny shit.
It's expensive. This book right here, guys, this is another Pride and Joy of the collection. Voila. It's a $1,000 book right here. Paid $60 for it.
$1,000.
That's how.
In whose world?
Look it up. Absolute Batman #1.
Oh, it's like it's like a play on the Akira cover. The Akira poster.
Yep. Yes. Here's some classics.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. That's like, man, that is like in my top 20 covers and shit, bro.
With the Warren.
Oh, that's a reprint or something like that?
That's the reprint. I got the original.
Man, bro, I just love that cover, man. Like
that's a fat cover.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's the titties. I'm not sure, but man, I just love that cover.
Can we say that on YouTube?
I mean, we're not monetized yet, so it is what it is.
Nice. Got a sketch cover. One World Under Doom, Tyler Kirkham.
Oh man, what cover? That's what cover is that?
That's a reprint too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yep. It's a reprint. That one came back good. We'll keep it moving. Speed version of the Hype Ball. Sorry guys, it was a good conversation this week. I love it. It's a good combo. The last two shows, gotta check them out. Good conversations. Another John Boy Mayer sketch cover.
There's a lot going on. A lot going on the cover, bro.
It is, but
not much.
It's limited to 60, so I'll take it. A very expensive book. $600 book raw, so I'll take it.
1,600?
600 raw.
Oh.
Limited to 60. Both those are limited to 60 worldwide.
You didn't get me one, huh?
Last but not least, I think you bought a pack. Didn't you buy a pack on Whatnot from me?
I never opened them. There, as a matter of fact, all of them.
The number 59's in there, sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah, nah, man, they're all packed and stuff, man, bro. I did all those. Oh yeah, that's a classic cover.
Yeah, another $600 book right here. So.
No, man, all of them Whatnot, damn Pokemon motherfucking.
You got them all? You never opened them?
No, I put in a bigger bag of board and stuff like that. I broke those X-Men, all that damn, the Daredevil, all them damn any packs that I bought from you or whatever. Man, they're sitting in the damn storage.
You weren't lying when you said you got restrained. I couldn't do it, so God bless you. But go ahead, D. Show them what you got. Damn,
these are some kind of like, these are kind of like some redos. I already have them, but like I said, when I am kind of like things that cross, my feed or something like that. You know what? Let me look into that. So a couple of them I bought. Have you been watching that Shadow of Maul on Disney?
I started. Don't tell me. I saw the first one, but don't tell me.
That shit is good.
Yeah.
I mean, for real.
We gotta watch that tonight. Maybe we'll do our little binge.
Seriously, man. That I can actually say, man, from a Star Wars animated perspective. I know the Clone Wars is all whatever and stuff like that, but the quality, what I'm saying, of Disney and the Star Wars property has, gone down quite a bit. But man, that Maul show is like extreme. It's really, really good. I'm impressed. So, so I got a little Star Wars kick.
Nice.
Look what I found in the wild.
This guy, Knights of the Old Republic. Great story, man. I wish they made that into a movie.
Right. So I have 2 of these.
Dang.
And this is my third one. Man, this book used to be mad crazy pricey. Man, this damn thing took a slide. But you know what?
Because there was rumors that they were going to try and make a storyline and a movie out of it, and they haven't done anything. So it's just
man, there was like all kinds of bullshit memes online talking about Keanu Reeves is going to be Revan and all kinds of bullshit like that. But anywho, for a while there, man, that book was like on fire, right? Fire has quenched. So
it's got water on it.
Yeah, man, it's damp. So but I see resurgence. It's gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? I think Grogu, the little Mandalorian Grogu, should do well. The next Star Wars movie, I'm not sure exactly, but still, there's going to be a spike and stuff like that, and some other stuff. And I found another one of these.
Oh, nice. I love that cover. Look at that. Classic. That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? This is a take on one of the X-Men covers and stuff like that with Dr. Doom holding Storm and stuff like that.
We're talking about that on the last show.
I think it was 145, X-Men 145. One of my favorite covers. And then I bought this, my first copy of this, I bought it from, some comic book store, and I paid $40 for it. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money. And that's when I first started collecting. So this book was 2017, right? That's when I was started getting right back into things, and I'm thinking I'm the dude that's gonna find some Spider-Man #1 and in some Goodwill or some shit like that, thinking I'm that guy. Nope. And I'm trying to like, hey man, I ain't paying no more for a book for this, but I saw that book, pay like $40 for it, and I'm not sure, man. That book's kind of pricey.
It is pricey. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
What number is that? I'm looking up right now. What is it?
That is Darth Vader #1. Brooks variant cover.
Okay, you can keep showing.
Nah, man, I'll wait till you finish. Get the mechanical keyboard going. Click, 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 click.
Darth Vader 1 Brooks. There it is. Homage variant. 2017 June, yep. $350 raw, my friend.
$350. Graded how much?
Oh, sorry. That's what I meant. $350 graded.
Yeah. Yeah, so I paid $40 for the book. Right?
Yeah. So, 96200.
Yeah, so I got 2 of those now.
Nice. Dude, wait a minute. You're telling me somebody signed this book and somebody got off eBay for $80. What? Somebody was sleeping, bro. Bro, people were asleep, bro. So I could have picked that up.
So look what else I found.
Hold on. Let me get out of this. Okay. Nice. Thundercats. I still have the ones you gave me. I have to get them graded. I'm waiting for October to come around. Do my little
newsstand edition. I have one already. And, found this one. Bump it. Some books I'll keep buying. I'll keep buying them, right?
I think they're doing the live action Thundercats, so you got some. That's
if that He-Man movie does pretty well, they should, but I don't think that He-Man movie is going to be any good. I just don't.
They got to get Dolph.
No, man, it's like, it just looks, I'm looking at the trailers, it's corny. It just looks like a corny movie, bro. It's just like a, they're trying to rip Marvel, and they're trying to make it, palatable for everybody, and just saying, hey man, make a good story and stuff like that, man. It just seems all washy, man. It just seems corny. It just looks corny. It's like, bro, man, this shit happens in Eternia, right? But I guess the premise of it is that, the prince was sent to Earth, you know what I'm saying? And then some way he makes it back to Eternia. It's like, well, you wasting time in storytelling, right? Just leave his ass where he's at, motherfucker, tell a story and shit. There has to be this spin of him coming to Earth and getting back to Eternia.
Oh God.
Why?
Foolishness.
It's just stupid, bro. Like I said, just wasting time, right? So now you have to create the world in the real world of that he's in, and then you have to turn around and create the world of Eternia for people who maybe aren't familiar with the whole He-Man thing. You know what I'm saying? So you're wasting time. You're wasting fucking time, man. So I'm looking at I'm looking at some of the dialogue and shit like that, and some of the images. Like, man, it's bullshit. It's just weak, right? No, you'll like this. Look what I found.
Ah, you bitch! You finally wait. I thought you had one.
Yeah, this is my second one now.
Oh, this guy. Okay, all right, cool, nice. I got one. I have one. I get it.
But do you have this one? This is not the reprint. This is not the
no. Well, how slow you roll, Joker. I got the same one you do. I just don't have 2 of them.
No.
I got the same one you got.
So yeah, so I picked those up.
Nice.
Pick those up.
That's a good investment. That they're Bloomhouse, some.
Yeah, I want to say Boomhouse signed a deal with Netflix,
Yeah.
or Amazon. I think it's Netflix. They signed a deal.
It might be Amazon. Netflix dropped out. They let their shit expire, so they took it back. So now but they're actually working on it. So that's good. Now that's a good investment.
Yeah.
That I read I bought a trade paperback, so I haven't read any of my. Yeah, I've got Sick Tick from 1 through 28, and I stopped. Or it was 26, and I stopped. So, and I got a bunch of number ones. I got a bunch of number 2s and 3s, 4s, like the first 5. Because if you follow Walking Dead, a lot of Robert Kirkman's work, there's a lot of characters that he introduced in the first,
I'm still thinking. I know we had a conversation about this before, but I'm still thinking they're going to do the House of Slaughter.
That's a good one. That you're damn right. So that's basically the backstory of how she came to be.
Right. So I think something's killing the children is like after
down the road.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, I don't know, but they be acting funny, man. They be doing all this prequel sequel bullshit. But I think, man, doing a House of Slaughter, and directly after the House of Slaughter, then you do her story. You know what I'm saying?
If you want linear, that works 100%. But to me, the way how Hollywood is, bro, I think they would do, in my opinion, could be wrong. You got more experience doing this than I do.
No, I don't.
When it comes to, well, you've been in that kind of field in a way, but I see them doing Sick Tick, get the popularity and money from that, and then going, here's a spin-off, here's how it all started, and then doing how it started. That's just me.
Yeah, you're
because
probably
they want the cash grab.
Because this came out first, right?
Yeah.
In House of Slaughter. Right?
Yeah, so they want the cash grab.
Yeah.
So, but you're right. I would rather do it linear, but both of them stick great stories. If I've got House of Slaughter 1 through 16 or 17.
And it's all about the actors they choose too, but they just have to pick the right actor.
You know who would be perfect for it, bro? I'm telling you, the girl that who is the Gwen Stacy in the Garfield Spider-Man? What's her name again? She had Zombieland.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
The blonde.
Yeah.
I forget her name, dude. What the hell? I think she'd be perfect. Hold on.
I mean, I kind of like old girl from House of the Dragon, and now she's Supergirl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she wouldn't be bad.
Kind of like her. You know what I'm saying? You just have to pick the right actress, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, Dario.
You apologizing to me.
It's bothering me, so I get it. Emma Stone.
She's old. She's old.
I know. That's the only thing. She's old.
No, I mean, I like Emma Stone. Great actress. But I'm just saying, like, at one point, like, yep. It's like saying, what's the guy's name? Glover. Remember him? The actor?
Yeah.
The brother?
Yeah.
Glover? Mm-hmm. Remember when he was much younger, they says, oh man, he might be Miles Morales or something like that. Remember there's a talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Well, man, you've been past, the age. Older. You didn't pass that, right? Maybe doing the older Miles Morales, but you're kind of past that, right? You know what I'm saying? That you didn't aged out of a potential great character, right? So
right.
That's what ends up happening, right? So Emma Stone, yes, great actress, but she didn't aged out of your girl Slaughter. Right?
Of Sick Tick.
Yeah,
Erica Slaughter.
She aged out.
Dang.
Right. So well, yeah. So that's that mall's like really good. It's a good show.
I'm gonna check it out tonight because we've been binge watching some stuff.
Seriously, bro. Like, he's a beast.
We started, bro, and then like something happened.
Something's killing the children. That's what happened.
Nice. No, I think no, her daughter and obviously her granddaughter came down. My step granddaughter. They came down. They were all here last week, so we saw one. We put it on pause, and then it's been and her son came over, which has been it's been crazy the past couple weekends and weeks just having people here. But yeah. Anyway, I gotta get it back into that. But dude, listen, man, great doing the show with you today. Great takes on how Raremarq might influence certain things or whether CGC can remain impartial. And as for Mr. Z, I wish I could say I got nothing but love for you, but you get what you get. You get what you get. As my grandma would say, things that stay in the dark shall eventually come to light. Well, you got busted, so good for you. So yeah, so well, it is what
it is, man. So but no, great show, great conversation. Sorry, people, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I can get a little bit wordy on and stuff like that, especially if I feel a particular way, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Do not, let anything that we say or anything like that, our passions towards certain kinds of collecting and things like that, do not that influence you. Do what you do how you do it, you know what I'm saying? But what happens is that you do take turns, on the journey, right? You know what I'm saying? That you have to avoid potholes and speed bumps and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if, you're a serious collector of things and you spend serious money and stuff like that, man, you will come to those situations where
those forks in the road.
You will be, your patience.
You'll be tested.
Will surely be tested of exactly, how you react to certain situations, especially when somebody's wasting your time and money. Right.
Yeah. Especially when there's high stakes money involved.
Yeah, man. You're talking about, $50, whatever. Okay. Man, you start getting into 500s, thousands and stuff like that, man. And you know what I'm saying?
Dude, real quick, I'll never forget the day you called me when that guy almost got you with the Giants at X-Men. You're like, yo, E, man, you think this is too good to be true? I'm like, hell yeah, don't give me money. And then he sent this daughter to the post office. And then you're trying to say, oh, it's going to the post office right now. And you're like, you'll send the bread after you get the book. Screw him. It was all shit. It was all shenanigans.
No, like, man, I just don't. I just don't do it anymore. Bro. I just don't, man. People's like, hey, Darn, I got a deal for you, bro. Can you send me the money, friends and family? It's like, no.
Nope.
No. I mean, I'll send you whatever the fee is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if the price is, if you give it to me at a discount and I pay what, $20 or $17 and stuff like that to cover, quote unquote, the seller fee or whatever, that's fine. That's cool. I'm still winning, right? That if the book is worth $100 and you buy for $100 and they're like, yo, you got to pay the damn fee. Well, all right. But, if it's $100 book and he's selling it for $65, I'm like, bro, I'm still winning. Yeah, I'll pay the fee. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think I've let some good deals go, some big ticket books. It's just like, bro, I'm just not going to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody else to kind of benefit from my lack of taking a risk. But you know what? Once you get to a certain age, you just can't take risks anymore. You just seriously, when you're a kid, man, you got so much time to make up whatever. And so once you get to a certain age, especially with time and money, you can't afford to. You know what I'm saying? That's why, when you talk to, now understand when we're talking to older people, they were just so much skeptical about getting into weird shit. Because they don't have the time to make up for that shit.
Right.
They just don't, right? So I do $100,000 deal, and just I have $100,000 in the bank and it's my life savings or whatever, whoop-de-whoop. And then I take a chance and then lose it. And what, you're 60-something years old? Like, what the hell? You can't, man, you can't afford to get slammed like that. Man, you have no time to make that shit up. You're old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On Social Security or whatever, man. Nah, man. So I just don't take risks like that anymore, man. I just don't. Just don't, man. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Nope.
Don't play with fire. You might get burned, kids.
Yeah, don't do it, man. But nah, great show.
Great show. Guys, thank you for watching. We appreciate you guys tuning in every week, just letting us ramble about certain things in life. And hopefully it's a little educational, a little entertaining,
I mean, I'm not sure if anybody get anything educational from us, but it'll provoke thought, right? You guys are full of shit. You guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. These dudes some morons. So maybe they'll come on and watch us two dumbasses, like, go back and forth or whatever. Or
look, fuckers, I make tons of money on crypto. You don't know what you're talking about.
Basically,
here's some entertainment for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't give a shit what you're doing and how you're making money or whatever, man. That's you. Do you. More power to you and stuff like that. I mean, I that's just the way I see it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
The only people making money are at the top, and everybody else is like motherfuckers swimming around and shit like that, man. And comic books act like cryptocurrency too. Maybe.
Hell yeah.
Man, that's a whole different. That's another show for that. But anywho, thanks a lot for listening to us. Thanks a lot for hanging out.
Love and hair grease. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment.
Thanks you.
All right, peace out.